For 2019-20 budget update, in accordance with what the school board has decided in the past, there's no tax increase built into it, so flat taxes, and it's continuing the board's desire to spend down the fund balance. Overall, it would be we're still fluctuating numbers because we have retirements coming in. We're looking at what positions we need to fill versus not fill. So our 2018 year end, there was a $2.2 million use of fund balance for June 30th, 2018. For June 30th, 2019, it's estimated at $203,000. That's what in the budget that was passed for this current fiscal year. For June 30th, 2020, it's looking to be like a $3.8 million use of fund balance. So almost fully spending down the fund balance without a tax increase or cutting any programs. There are certain things that have occurred as far as medical costs. Medical costs are increasing dramatically. Specialty drug costs went up 107%. That equates to like a $222,000 increase for us, which is significant. We did initially on our stop loss renewal get a 40% increase. Our broker's gotten that down to a 28%, but that's still substantial. We have currently in this year 7 high-cost claimants that have reached our specific deductible. So we're getting reimbursement on them, but their conditions are such that they're expected to continue, which is why our stop loss quotes have come in so high. They are factoring in some likely protections as far as lasers and exclusions, which will help us going forward. And we are currently looking at the prescription side of things. Is there a way to carve it out to save dollars there so that number could come down?
Would you clarify the budget again, the fund balance portion of that?
So the fund balance
203? 203,000?
For the current fiscal year, it was currently budgeted at $203,000.
And it jumps to almost $4 million?
Yes.
Why?
The increase is due to your PSERS increase, your medical cost increase, a number of, there's been a lot of fluctuation over the years in the revenues and expenditures, how they were budgeted versus how they actually came in. The budget I built is taking into account how I actually expect us to perform. So in years past, you kind of under-budgeted real estate tax revenue, and you always collected a lot more. I've budgeted exactly like as close to what I think we'll collect as our collection. In years past, you budgeted higher numbers of delinquent tax collections to the tune of like 1.5 million, but you're only taking in about 875,000. I can't budget a number that I don't believe we're going to get. So I took a very strong, strict look at what we brought in, and those are the revenue numbers I budgeted. One number that did not go our way is our special ed subsidy number. We were originally in February supposed to get 1.6 million from the state. The latest numbers they released dropped us down to 1.4 million. I noticed in that the decrease was due to our enrollment numbers. Looking at it further, it didn't make sense that our enrollment numbers had dropped in special ed, so our special ed department is resubmitting. I don't know that there's a correction window that the state will allow us, but we're trying. So that's a number that could go back in the positive direction.
But the bulk of it is what? Just a difference in accounting practices?
The bulk of it is budgeting exactly where I expect us to be. There was in the past years, like what I would call one-time revenue that was used to support ongoing expenses. Those one-time revenue sources you can't build into an ongoing budget. So there was, substantial amounts came from sale of buildings, which is good, but that does not continue. So your costs are continuing to go up, but you've lost a revenue source. I do think that we can improve that number by looking at, as we have retirements, is it a position that actually needs to be filled? I know in the past, if we have full-time retirement, we just fill a part-timer, but maybe looking at it and making sure that we do actually need that individual when we have those retirements.
balance after the $3.8 million?
After the 3.8, if 2019 performs as was budgeted, we would be about a 200,000.
That would be our fund
Fund
balance.
balance.
And what happens to the taxes after that?
So then we would have to be looking at, tax increases potentially, looking at our programs to see what we're offering, looking at, as we have retirements, do we need to fill those positions? Or is there, can we still continue to deliver what we're delivering with one less person? And I know there's some scheduling changes going on at the high school, moving from block scheduling down to other scheduling. Sometimes that opens up, that you have retirements and you can move things around that you don't need to fill that. The other things, if our medical costs, if we can start getting those trended the other direction, that will help. Any kind of adjustments we can do within that. Any kind of negotiations or broker can negotiate with the carriers, especially on the pharmaceutical side, because we're seeing such spikes. That will bring that number positive. And I think we would just work day to day to bring that to a more reasonable number.
This is what it is.
And it's a different picture, obviously, than we were painted previously, so.
There was a lot of ups and downs, like you took in more revenue than you budgeted, but then you spent more than you budgeted, so they never really washed out completely. So in this budget is everything I expect us to spend, whether it be in a building, whether it be in personnel, it's the actual expectation.